right, we are on Step 8, the secular version, halt and call for backup. My buddy Jim McLintock here, and I'll start it off. This is how it goes. The secular version. Well, actually, Jim, why don't you read the old-fashioned version of that?
Here we go. Step 8, old school. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all.
Right on. And here's the secular version of Step 8. Made a list of all persons we hurt, and we became willing to make things right.
Step 8 is preparation, everybody. It's not action, not yet. It's prep work. First, we make the list. Anyone you harmed goes on it. And this is where you want to take your time. You don't want to race through this. You think about it like we talked before in earlier steps. You think your list is final and you're shopping someplace and you realize, you know what? I harmed Mike. And I'm going to write that on the list too. And then that could lead to another memory and another memory, and be cool with the process. Let it take some time. People don't want to sit in the pain. And this is really important. Sit in this moment. Be open to it. This is how we should be processing in life. We shouldn't be dodging the pain. Who wants pain? Sucks. I raise my hand. I hate it. But it's the only way to heal is by sitting in the pain until it no longer hurts me anymore. So step 8 is prep work. Make the list. Anyone you harm goes on it, whether the harm was physical, emotional, financial, mental, caused by dishonesty, fear, or neglect, manipulation, chaos. And most of this list comes right out of step 4.
Yes. So with the steps too, that's why it was ingeniously made that step 8, step 9, making amends,
yes,
is at step 8, step 9, right? Because in the very beginning of recovery, a lot of us say, okay, I've been sober for a week. I've been sober for 2 weeks. Reality starts setting in. I'm working on my mental health. I'm on a new medication regime. I'm finally taking meds for the very first time to stabilize my body physiologically. And now I'm looking back at all the harm that I've caused and been involved in and burnt down in my life.
Yes.
I want to make amends right away. And a lot of us just want to jump up and say, I'm sorry, baby. I'll do better next time. I'm working on myself. Take a break, take a step back, and know it's a process. It's progress, not perfection. It's
Correct.
One step in front of the other. You might take 2 or 3 steps forward, maybe 1 or 2 steps backwards, but as long as you're going in that positive direction, you're going to get there eventually. Just have some patience with it. But step 8 is important, where you get to that and you're like, okay, so if you're going 1 through 7 and all along you're thinking, okay, I'm going to eventually go to 8 and 9, just 1 step at a time. That's why they call it steps. They don't say, go to 1 and then go to 5 and then go to 9. Do them in order. And a lot of us want to have our own control. And this is a common one too, which came through my mind in the very beginning too, is like, oh, I can do this all myself. I'm just going to read that book and I'm going to do the steps and I'm going to do it 1 through 12 and I'll be fine and not have anybody else. I wanted to do it alone. And when I took a step back myself and thought about it, thinking, Mike, you need some help. You need someone to guide you. Why do you have to be such a jerk and think that you can do it all yourself? You got here because you tried to do everything yourself and didn't ask for help. You're in recovery now. It's okay. You can ask for help. So when we get to these steps, when we get to step 7, it could be a little bit overwhelming, but that's why you have good people in your lives. That's what you have good, whether it's a sponsor, whether it's a trusted friend, or whether it's someone that's been in long-term recovery that can sort of walk you through it, and make a list of those people that you have harmed. And step 8 is not an action stage, right? That's step 9. Step 8 is a preparation stage. So you're prepping yourself to all the list of people that I have harmed that I need to make amends to, not make sorries to, make amends to. That's an action stage too. So, and then you get to share that with somebody else and they get to review it with you. And they might have their own pencil or pen and they might be lining out things. that you don't have to make amends, and they could find other ways around that. Not to skirt it, not to find a way out of it, but it might be more harmful if you would make those amends than if not. So that's why you have a guide with you, or maybe a couple of them that can sort of walk you through it, that you trust, that can lead you in the right direction to make these amends.
And you don't have to be ready for the amends today. You just have to be willing to start writing them down. And that can be a hard thing to do, but do it anyway. You don't have to dive into amends. You won't dive into amends today. You just have to get the list going. A lot of it, like I said before, from step 4, and write the name anyway. Write write the person's name anyway, because what that is doing is helping you with willingness. I'm not sure if I will make amends, because there's a lot of reasons why. It's too painful. There's too much fear, guilt, and shame. But what I'm being asked to do is just create the list. I got that list buzzing around in my mind anyway. I know damn well who I've hurt. And I don't want to go there because it's just too painful. I dusted some people up. I broke some hearts. I may have done a lot of horrible things, and there's been some really, really bad things that have happened to people because of me. That's very painful to look at. But I want to do the opposite of how I feel. I will list the people who I have harmed. And that's a very, very great step in learning how to be honest, in the beginning of taking a responsibility. And again, we want to lessen the voice of shame and guilt. It's healthy to have a little bit of shame and a little bit of guilt. That means you're human. But we don't want to sit there and be caught in self-punishment. This is about preparing to heal your relationships and free yourself from the guilt and the fear and the shame that has kept you stuck. So it's prep work. It's not action yet. Working on willingness. You're not ready to make amends today? That's good, because that's not what this is about. This is about getting the prep work done. We'll take the next step in step 9 when it comes to making amends. We're in step 8 right now. Orbit here for a while. Work on your honesty and your responsibility and actually feeling good about doing this. This is a long time coming, and I have a news flash for you. You have people around you in your life that have been praying, that have been hoping for this moment. So congratulations.
Yeah. And it's a scary moment too. And it's about taking ownership. It's about taking ownership of the actions that you've done before. And those resentments, hopefully, that you worked on in step 4, you've got a lot of those out and you let go of all those things. That's why they have that separation there. And if there's some of the resentments start getting brought up again, then that's a good time to take a pause and talk about that. Like, I have these resentments. I am never going to make amends to this person, right? And then you can talk about that with somebody instead of holding those things in. Get through those resentment parts of it.
Right.
And later on in life, those resentments, other resentments will pop up, and then you'll learn the skills and the tools necessary to let those go too. Let go of those resentments before they build into something that feels so permanent that you can never let go of again. Those always or should always or nevers, or like, I'll never forgive this person for that. Okay, can I forgive myself for some things and make amends to myself too? So maybe put yourself on the list. That might be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Step 8 is about cleaning up the wreckage of the past, but we do it safely and thoughtfully. You're not making amends, like we've said before. You're just making the list and becoming willing. And again, your list comes from a lot from the 4th step, but also anything that just comes to your mind. Like we know in life, we're minding our own business, doing something completely different. We go, I got to add so-and-so to this list. If you've harmed somebody, they go on the list. Don't overthink the word harm. If your actions hurt someone emotionally, physically, through lies, financial, neglect, or fear, put it on the list. And, we do this clinically as well. I have my clients write letters that we're never going to mail. you're so hurt or you've hurt somebody so deeply, write a letter to them that you're never going to mail. Put everything out there on the letter. Take a few days to do this, and then come back and let's read it in session. And then I'll go burn it. It's an exceptionally great step to develop willingness. And this step, again, it's not about judging yourself. It's about the continual journey that you've started to live your life in a new way. When we clean up our past, we are free. That's what Step 8 is about. It's freedom. It's not punishment. It's freedom.
And when you're doing these steps also, when you're doing Step 8, maybe have a pad there too and write down what you're experiencing. What's those feelings that are coming up while you're writing down this list of people that you have harmed in your life. And maybe try to think of the damage or the feelings that you have from people that have never made amends to you, where you think that you deserve to have an amends made. How does that feel? How does that feel to hold on to all that too? And are you able to let that feeling go? There's people that have harmed us that may never make amends to us. How does that feeling sit with you? Where is that in your life? What has that caused you to, what path has it caused you to walk down because of those things that we hold on to? And that just comes right back with resentments too. So there's a lot of people in my life that maybe I need to make amends to, and they're waiting for me to make that positive action. They've heard the sorries. They've heard the sorries every single day. I'm sorry. I'll be a better person. I'm sorry. That'll never happen again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, you know what, honey? I'm sorry that you say sorry so much, and I'm sick and tired of it. Your sorries. I want to see some action and not those fake manipulative actions. I want to see you do some actions. And you know what? If you can't do that, then maybe we have to move on, right? Maybe I have to set some boundaries. Maybe I have to get away from that codependency that I've learned about. So, but it is one of those steps where, you're writing those lists down and you're not doing anything yet. You're just studying them and you're letting that out, and you're actually building your resilience to recovery, and you're making these positive steps in your life. And when you do get to step 9, you'll get to realize how great your life will be and how free that you'll feel after letting this stuff go.
Right. One of the greatest ways to lean into Step 8 as you start creating this list of anyone you harmed physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, in any way, list the person down and then list how you harmed them. Mike Cook, dishonest, did this, and this is what the result was. And keep listing them down and keep this running log, this running list going until you've exhausted it. And then, are you willing to make amends to that person? Yes, not yet. This one I got to talk to my sponsor about. Remember, you're not alone in this. You have a sponsor working with you who understands very well how to manage this and how to work through this, because they did it too. And I guarantee you, they feel the same feelings, the same fear, the same trepidation that you feel. And you lean on them because they learned how to work through it from their sponsor. You see these great sponsor-sponsee relationships where you have a sponsor, then you have, what is it called, Mike? Help me. The grandfather, you have this hierarchy of sponsor, sponsee that become family with you, become your wolf pack. So trust your sponsor. If it's not a good relationship and it's not working for you, talk to them about that. See if they can change it around some. If you can't, then go find a new sponsor. It's no big deal. A good sponsor wants you to do that. I say that in therapy all the time. I hope this is a good fit. This is a shakedown cruise for both of us. I want to see if I'm the right fit for you, and I want you to see if you're the right fit for me. And let me say that a different way, Mike. Sorry about that. This is a shakedown cruise for the sponsor and the sponsee, and it's no different than coming into my therapy office or doing therapy with me. I have a client that comes in and I want to find out, am I the right fit for you? And I'm trying to figure out if you're the right fit for me too. And ditto for you. You're trying to figure out, can I connect with this guy or this girl? Am I comfortable here? Are they helping me? And if they are, stick with them. If they're not, change it up. Talk to them about it. I don't think this is a good fit. I want to find somebody new. Great. Let me help you. I promise you, any sponsor worth their weight in gold is going to help you with this process. You may find in talking to them, it's going to turn around and be great. And that's actually a great step too. Speaking your heart, what's on your mind in a gentle way. Mike, what's up, Jim? I'm really having a hard time and I don't want you to take this personally, but I'm struggling with you being my sponsor. Why is that? I just don't seem to connect with you. And I have a hard time opening up to you. I just feel there's a block there. Do you feel the same thing, Mike, or is it just me? And see what Mike has to say about that. Mike, what would you say about that if someone said that to you? Mike, I'm not sure this is a good fit. What would you say?
I'd say fuck off.
That's what I would say.
I would respect that for sure. And I would try to be introspective. I would really look at myself and try to say, okay, maybe, of course, I'm always going to look at the negative. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, why am I not? Why did that hurt me that he or she said that to me? Well, it's very honest to them. And I think it's very respectful if someone does that, and I would accept it. And I would say, well, you know what? Maybe we can still stay in contact. Maybe I'm not going to be a fit for you. You see it that way. And it all depends on where this is coming from.
Correct.
Because like I've worked in recovery for many years. And usually when someone wants to fire their case manager, fire their therapist, they're stomping their feet. This sucks. That sucks. Everybody sucks. I'm just going to go home looking for an excuse to leave. It's about them. It's not about the other person. And they don't realize it's about them. It's an inside job, right? So in that case, sometimes I try to challenge them, motivational interviewing that I'll try to say like, okay, what are the positives and negatives of all this? And why are you running? Because think about that. Why are you stepping aside? It might not be a good fit. Maybe our personalities clash. Who knows where it's coming from? But I would talk to them for a little bit and say, okay, where's this coming from? And I'm not going to like say, well, I'm never going to talk to you again, anything like that. I respect their decisions. And number one, they might not be ready yet. Mm-hmm. They might not be ready yet because it is scary to start doing these steps because it's so, weird for us to start changing our lives this way. But I would hopefully set them in the right direction. I know some people that are sponsors and really good support, and they'd probably be a better fit for you. And if the word sponsor hits you wrong, it might, like getting a sponsor and then your grand sponsor and your great grand sponsor and the whole family type of dynamic. It's sort of churches to me in my head. And that's what I've always thought of it before. But it's a good relationship and it's a good community of people in recovery that we all have that same common denominator. We're all working to better ourselves. So everybody on the outside, our family, our friends, our peers, will have a better experience with us in it. And we could give back to society in that kind of way. So just like a therapist, you might not be matching with a certain therapist. Don't give up. You might not like a certain group that you're going to. If you go to Codependence Anonymous, CODA, Al-Anon, Smart Recovery, Refuge Recovery, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, you name it. If you don't like that one group, don't just never go to a group again. Find another group if you're really serious about this. And if you're not willing to take a look at another group and you're just going to say, okay, I'm done. I did one group, then you're not ready. You're not ready yet. And it's okay. You're not ready. I'm not going to beat you up over it. A lot of us aren't ready. That's why a lot of us never get recovery and we die in our diseases, and we die suffering in silence. Unfortunately, what a bummer that was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, this is the reality of it. This is a deadly disease. And like you said so many times before, and it's perfect and it's harsh, but it's real. Addiction wants to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the hunt every day. What did you say one time, Mike? It's doing push-ups in the hallway, just waiting. And this is why it's really important to lean into these pieces, do the opposite of how you feel, learn new behaviors, pull the ripcord on the old ones, get rid of the ones that aren't working for you. Have these open conversations with your sponsor. You may work through it together, and that's beautiful. You may decide it's not a good fit, and that's beautiful too. And then you work on making sure you say hi to each other and hug each other and sit next to each other when you're at the meetings. Learn how to be okay that, this didn't work out for us from this perspective, but I love you. You're great. I'm not going to run and hide from this. I'm not going to hold my head down and avoid you. That's the old school thinking. This is, hey, thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate you. I got a new sponsor, Mike. I've got Jim over there. Oh, I know Jim. Yeah, he's a rock star. Awesome. You know what? Maybe after the meeting, we can all go get pizza together. Or can I sit with you tonight? Or the sponsor says, Mike, make sure you sit with me tonight. I'd love it if you sat with me. Can I get you a cup of coffee? You have that amazing wolf pack mentality with each other, that it doesn't matter. The person didn't want to work with you. Whatever the reasons are, it doesn't matter. They're still here with us. And we're all trying together to get to the same place. So let's stick through it together and do it differently. Do the opposite of how you feel. Oh, that's my sponsor. I think I hurt his feelings when I decided not to work with him. Go sit with him.
Mm-hmm.
Go sit with him. Get to know him even more. You just never know, Mike. Don't you see these beautiful relationships coming out of these kinds of things? I see it happening all the time.
I love it. Do the opposite of how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? Because change does not happen in comfort. Yeah. I'm going to sit in the back and I'm just going to sit there and go, oh, you son of a bitch, da-da-da. You know what? Do the opposite, because that's comfortable for me, right? Do the uncomfortable. You know what? I'm going to swallow my pride. I'm going to keep my chin up. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to put that drop in the bucket, and I'm going to actually walk over, sit right next to him.
Absolutely.
Say, hey, buddy, what's happening? Give him a pat. How's it going? I don't like that elephant in the room, right? I don't want that elephant in the room. I don't want these secrets. I want to get to the heart of the matter.
Right.
And do it and face reality. We all know, right? And to start closing this down too, I have to remember that I can't change the past, but I can take responsibility for it.
Right.
And being willing is the beginning of making things right. Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, how it works. And facing harm isn't weakness. It's leadership in relationships. It's having these bonds with other people. And it's about healing. It's not about humiliation. It's about healing your heart. And then when you're getting healed up and all these cuts and wounds have turned to scars, and you can say, okay, I'm a survivor. Guess what? There's lots of people out there that need you. Mm-hmm. They want to hear what you've gone through. They want to hear how you've gone through it, and they want you to show them the path to get on the right track again.
And Mike, one of the beautiful things about having the sponsor-sponsee relationship and going to these meetings is that we often forget, and this is a really important thing, we often forget that our very presence, just showing up, suiting up and showing up and just going for a cup of coffee, I guarantee you, because I hear it all the time, there's somebody else in the room that is looking forward to seeing you. I'm going to this meeting tonight, and I don't care if you've been in recovery for 30 years or this is your, a couple of your second or third meeting. There are people in that room that I hope I see Mike tonight. I hope I see Barbara tonight. I want to talk with them, or I hope I see them tonight because they make me smile. And the only reason I'm going to the meeting tonight is because I hope Mike is there. And that's a beautiful thing. And you just never know. If you don't show up, someone could be just thirsting that you're there. And it's important to walk in there with that humility too. I'm here. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and I'm not going to forget that my presence here is a good thing.
Yes. And look at it that way with work too, or work in your family. It's just as someone at work is looking forward to seeing you.
Absolutely.
Even if you think that they aren't, right?
Yeah.
In regular life, it's like my brain tells me that no one wants to see me. No one wants to be with me. I am useless around here. I can't do anything right. The world would be better without me. That is such bullshit, I tell myself, because it's 100% wrong. It won't be. Maybe I'm really scared to face what I have to face. I have to face it no matter what. I'm going to face it. And it's not going to be happy. It's not going to be pretty. You know, I'm not looking for a reward or a pat on the back. I have to face this reality I'm living in. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to shut the door on it. And I'm not going to take my own life. And I'm going to get through it because someday I'll be able to give it back to somebody else. We don't live that long on this planet anyway, right? It's such a short period of time. By the time you finally start getting your life in order, you know, I don't know what the average is. I'm just saying maybe in the 40s when you start thinking like, okay, I'm feeling more grounded. Maybe in your 50s, I don't know. And then you're just counting the days to well, you hope you're not counting the days of death, but it's a lot closer than it was, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get going here. This step isn't about guilt. It's about growth. It's about owning the impact of our actions. And we stop carrying the hidden shame that we start building real integrity with. And we become people that others can trust, starting with the courage to say, I see where I went wrong and I want to make it right. Make that list up. Look at it. Put everybody down. Put everything down. And then share it with somebody else. And if you're having a hard time, remember the acronym that we love to use is called HALT and call for backup.
Don't get fooled again.